Previously on the Doddles.
Welcome to Disembarking. We're in Malaga at the moment, and look who's behind us. Doesn't she look brilliant?
Bye, land. See you in 8 days. It's Scarlet Lady! I spend the time before bingo pre-poking the holes.
In today's video, we'll be arriving into Miami before flying home to the UK in style. You'll have to keep watching to find out how. But before we crack on with the 5th and final episode in this series, if you're new here, he's David, and I'm Mark, and we are the Doddles.
Good morning. It is the 12th of December, and we are currently on deck 6, heading towards Squid Ink.
David's getting a tattoo.
I'm getting a tattoo again. This will be my second one on board Virgin, but it's a very unique offering they've got, that they've got a tattoo parlour on board.
I think are they the only cruise line that do?
I think so.
We'll fact
so
check that.
I'm getting what's called a flash tattoo. So that is, they've got a book of kind of standard tattoos that they do regularly.
This down lighting is horrendous.
Let's move a little bit forward. And a flash tattoo is $200.
Yeah.
So it's probably a little bit more than what you would pay on land, but then you get the experience. I am going for an anchor. Nautical anchor, because it represents stability in mental health and other bits. So that's very fitting for me. And it also represents a successful crossing of the Atlantic. Apparently sailors get it to represent a successful crossing. We've still got one day left, so hopefully it's successful. It's success so far.
The position of Squid Ink varies slightly per lady ship, but it's always on deck 6 in the shopping section. You can't book tattoos until you're physically on the ship, and you do that by visiting the shop. But by the magic of Facebook groups, you can usually find out who the tattoo artist will be for your sailing. That way you can reach out to them on social media to find out if you like their work. If you are wanting a tattoo on board, it's best to visit the shop right at the very start of your sailing to find out their availability, and we probably suggest going for a slot that's later in your sailing. That way the tattoo healing doesn't get in the way of your pool or hot tub time. Next up for us was Brunch in Lucky Lotus by Razzle Dazzle. Brunch is available here or in the wake, with tables usually from 8 AM until 1 PM. Top tip, if you didn't know, if you wanted something fancier than the galley for your final breakfast on board, you can book brunch for your disembarkation morning. With Virgin, you don't need to leave the ship until 10:30 AM at the latest, but we believe you do need to make this booking whilst you're on board, rather than before you sail.
Well, I'm all tattooed up. All tattooed up. So I don't know if you can see, I've got my anchor on my pants head there. I'm very happy with it. Let me come closer to the camera. It's got a little bit leaky at the moment. There's a little bit of plasma in there, but that's what the second skin's for, because apparently it's good for it to soak in my own juices.
Bathe in its own
juices. My juices will run clear. But no, I'm very happy with it. So Roland, who did my tattoo, was fab. Really friendly. We were chatting all the way through it. And I'll put his Instagram handle in the description. I'm saying I will. Mark will.
I will. He's a fantastic artist.
He's a fantastic artist. Have a look at his Instagram, because his artwork is exceptional, as well as his tattoos. He does a lot of like brushwork, artwork and stuff as well.
And after David's tattoo, we went for brunch at Razzle Dazzle.
Yes, we met up with Joe and Lee.
We did. First time having brunch at Razzle Dazzle since Lucky Lotus change.
Yes.
It was the same, really, other than a couple of dishes added from the Lucky Lotus menu. Still very much a Razzle Dazzle brunch.
You say added, they have replaced
Oh,
some.
sorry, yes.
Yeah, there was a dish that I loved on the brunch menu that was a melon salad type thing, and it had honeydew, cantaloupe and yoghurt, and I think like a curry powder or something. It was one of my favourite things, and it's not on there anymore. But hey ho.
We tried the dumplings again, and if you've watched our Scarlet Lady 2.0 video, we weren't especially keen on those when we went to Lucky Lotus for the evening meal.
No.
But they were on the brunch menu, so I tried them again. They were actually, now I know what I was expecting, they were nice.
Yeah, and I think the sauce was nicer this time as well. It wasn't as
truffly.
Wasn't as truffly, no.
That's funny because we haven't spoken about this before now, and I was going to say the same. So
Yes.
there you go.
So that was lovely. And we also got the Avo toast.
Yeah, I think it was all right. I wouldn't necessarily choose that again.
No, but it was still tasty enough.
Yeah.
For the mains, what did you have?
I had the chicken burger, which is, if you've been to Razzle Dazzle Brunch before, it's the same black bun chicken burger.
Pink beetrooty
sauce with some fries. And we had a side of, I don't think I took any pictures of it, had a side of the sticky bacon stuff.
The sticky bacon is good. I had the stir-fried rice noodles, which is a dish from the dinner menu. Well, it's a side dish in the dinner menu for Lucky Lotus. However, Lee and Joe did a very good recommendation, which I am going to pass on to you, which is to order that, order some of the chicken out of the chicken burger, so just the chicken on its own, chop the chicken up, shove that in the noodles, and then you've got fried chicken noodles.
You've made a brand new dish.
I have, and it was delicious.
But I will say, there is still an option for, we didn't do it today, but there's still an option for a bottomless brunch.
Yes, $35.
$35.
So it's the same as the wake.
Yeah.
But we didn't do that this time because we're being sensible, because this evening we're going to Pink Agave for dinner.
Pink Agave after dark.
Yes, we've not done that
We've
before.
not done that before.
So apparently they've got a DJ in there and stuff, so that'll be interesting. So we're going as a group again. So we're going with Joe, Lee, Caroline, and Mark. So that'll be delightful.
Lovely. But after the brunch, we went and supported our friends.
Oh yes, we
Seahorse
did.
race.
We did. So Danielle and Eric did the. I bid for a seahorse. Have we talked about the seahorses before? I don't know if we have. So a very quick download on the seahorses. Essentially, on one day of the voyage, they have the seahorse auction where people bid for a seahorse. There are 6 up for grabs, and they can vary in the price that they go for depending on how interested
Depends on the
people are.
crowd. Yeah.
Depends on the crowd. And then what happens is if you win one of the seahorses, you go to a special class where you decorate your seahorses.
With the artist Happenings cast.
With the artist from the Happenings cast, you get, I think, free-flowing bubbles while you're doing that. So if that entices you, you're welcome.
Don't quote us on that.
No, I saw them coming around and getting top-ups and stuff, so who knows. And then once you've decorated them, then on a different day, you have the seahorse race, which was today, which is essentially a game of luck.
Yeah.
But the winner wins the prize pot that's been raised by the auction.
And today the pot was $2,200.
$2,205. We are now going to go, well, we're now just having a little bit of downtime before Richard's
I wanted
happy
a
hour.
nana nap, but it's too late now.
It's too late, but we're going to do that. Then we've got the groupie booked at 6 p.m.
Yeah, for
So
a
we
sing
might,
song.
yeah, we might take you along with that because there might be a special guest joining us in the groupie. So you'll have to stick around. So we got that before, then Pink Agave, and then tonight,
Y2K party!
Y2K! We don our 90s outfits.
This is a new one for this sailing.
Yeah, it's a new one for any of the ships.
That's what I mean. Yeah, and it's on this sailing, and it's recreating New Year's Eve 1999 into the millennium.
Yes, so we have brought some 90s outfits with us. I will say one of us has gone a little bit harder than the other.
As always.
We'll let you decide who's who and see if you're correct later on.
Spoiler though, if you've seen this is my 80s costume.
Yeah.
It's not, this is my 90s costume.
No, thankfully you weren't that dull. Anyway, we're going to have some downtime now and we'll probably take you to Richard's, so we'll see you up there.
I don't know if it's outside today because it's very humid and warm outside, but it has been raining, so I don't know if they're going to move it inside.
Yeah, the seats in the dock were drenched with a dripping wet. Dripping. Bye.
As we thought, Richard's Rockstar Happy Hour had been moved inside today. In bad weather, it's either held in Sip Lounge or on the rocks. You'll usually get a notification in the app to say that it's moved, or your Rockstar agent will let you know. We've even seen it advertised on the screens in the lifts too. Anyway, onto the groupie, which if you didn't know is located on deck 7 and is a group of 3 private karaoke rooms varying in size. You book these via a sign-up sheet that's refreshed each day and located just outside the rooms, and you can book 1-hour time slots to sing your hearts out.
Elfie, listen to me. Just say you're sorry.
I'm not.
You can still
I'll try to find
having delusions of grandeur.
I'm through accepting limits. Cause someone says they're so. I hope you're. That's you.
Now that you're choosing the parts.
I am. You too. I hope it brings you bliss.
I really hope you get.
So when you care to find me, look to the western sky.
That's the groupie done. Yes, so we just want to say a huge thank you to John, aka Dixie the Diva, for coming along and being a special guest.
Oh yeah, we had such a good time.
We did. And I just love karaoke when everyone gets involved. You don't have to be a good singer.
No.
As long as you're enjoying yourself. I personally enjoy watching you. So live your best life.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
We're off now for Pink Agave After Hours.
We are.
Liquid After Hours
I think
in
it
the dark.
is, or something like that, but we've never done this before. But the table's booked for 8. It's currently 7:40. We're coming for a little pre-drink with Jolie, Caroline and Mark.
Yeah. Bye.
Pink Agave is another of Virgin's included premium dining restaurants and is Mexican inspired. We feel it has a great classy and upmarket feel and is one of our favourites on board. There's a bar area to sit for pre-drinks, and then a variety of seating options with plenty of tables for 2, but also larger tables for group dining. The food is fantastic and the menu is split into small, medium and large plates, meaning that it's great to share and have a taste of everything.
Happy birthday, dear Caroline. Happy birthday to you.
Is that okay?
Pink Agave After Dark definitely has a different vibe, but more on that later.
I don't think my jeans are baggy enough. '90s.
Currently in line for the Y2K party. I am slightly concerned that we're the only ones dressed up. I've got my bucket hat, I've got my Sunnydale High, class of '99.
I've got my authentic shell suit from the 90s.
I've also got my very, very baggy jeans on that would soak up the rain if there was rain on here. And I've got my wallet chain. Show the wallet chain. Wallet chain.
I'm really warm in this shell suit.
I don't think this hat suits me.
No, it doesn't.
It's not flattering, is it?
Bye.
Held in the Red Room on Scarlet Lady and with no booking required, the Y2K party gives you the chance to relive the 31st of December 1999 and celebrate New Year's Eve by dancing the night away to your favourite 90s hits. There's also a number of dance routines by the cast as you wait for the clock to chime midnight. With this being the first time the party had been held, a lot of people weren't in fancy dress and it took a little time for people to get into the swing of things. Also, whatever was happening here was a little bit lost on us. I'm assuming it's a reference to New Year babies or something, but nevertheless we had fun.
Just to point out, this is the ship moving and not us. I'm falling into the wall. Oh dear.
After getting back to our cabin and looking at the waves from the balcony, which these clips don't do justice, we decided to go exploring in our pyjamas. Anyone else like the floaty feeling of jumping when the ship hits the top of a wave? No? Just us then.
It didn't look like you did.
Also, if you're ever on the ship during rough seas and your cabin is towards the back of the ship like ours, you might hear and feel a judder every so often. Well, on our late night walk we found that basically it's when the ship tail slaps the water.
It's another clip of us walking down a poorly lit corridor.
We're not sad. We're just blue.
It's just blue. So last night we had a great time in the groupie. I think that's where we left you.
Yes, we did. It was a lot of fun.
The group of gays and John.
Yes, aka Dixie Crystal. Was our special guest.
It was a lot of fun.
It was also fun.
And then we went to Pink Agave after dark, or after hours. Still don't know what it's called. With another group of friends.
Yes.
And that was fab.
Yes, that was great, and it was like a little birthday dinner for
Caroline.
Caroline, which was lovely. Little surprise for her.
Yeah. We didn't know what after hours meant, or after dark, but it just means there's a DJ. So I think from 8:30, 8:30,
Yes.
they have a DJ in Pink Agave, so it's a little more lively. So
And
keep
they were-
that in mind if you don't want a lively dinner.
Yes, and people were up and dancing stuff
Yeah.
near the entrance.
They were.
And after Pink Agave, we had about 30 minutes
We had a quick change.
to run back to the room, get changed into our 90s outfits for Y2K, which was premiered.
It was
on
the
ship.
first ever showing on any of the Virgin ships of that particular dance show.
Yes.
What did you think?
I liked it. I think the dance numbers were a bit drawn out. Like, I feel like they could have gotten to midnight a bit quicker.
Right, so let's backtrack. The premise is that it's New Year's Eve 1999 into
Yes.
the millennium,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a countdown at some point to midnight.
That's not in real time.
It's not in real time. There's choreographed dances on the stage every so often,
Yes.
and then in between then it's a bit of a dance party and everyone's having a boogie.
Mhm.
But as David just said, I think those sort of the choreographed dance routines probably should be a bit closer, get to the countdown quicker, then have a dance party
Afterwards,
and then
yes.
those that don't want to hang around don't have to hang around.
Can enjoy the festivities and then retire to bed.
Yeah. Well, I think what I will say is, last night, it was the first show, and it was very rough. The sea was
yes.
really rough last night, so the Red Room was a rocking. So
Yes.
I don't know if the dance numbers that we saw were like a shortened version or like a
Like
captain
not
version.
up to their usual standard, perhaps.
Yeah, because quite often the shows will have a number of different scenarios they can do based on the roughness of the seas.
Yes. But then we had a little wander around to look at the rough seas.
Last night was rough,
It was very rough.
and this morning.
There were moments where I felt like I was being pulled into the ground, and then other moments where I feel like I could have jumped and leapt and jumped 10 feet in the air because I was being pushed up.
Yeah, leaped in joy.
Leaped in joy. But one of the good things about Virgin is that you can go to the medical centre on deck 4, and they have in the waiting area for the medical centre just a tray of free seasickness tablets.
Yeah.
So we went and got those just to be on the safe side.
Yes, we do.
And it's still a bit rough today, to be fair.
It's calmed down a lot. This morning it was still rough, now it's calmed down.
Yes.
Yeah. We're on our way now though to SIP to do afternoon tea.
Yes, I've got Uno Flip with me because some of the new friends we've made on board, we love playing Uno Flip, so just in case we bump into them, I'll bring it with, because it's the last day today. Help me.
Another top tip as well, actually, if you've got bubbles or the wine that you bought on in your hand luggage left in your fridge, take it with you. You can take it to restaurants with you. So some people think you can't, but you absolutely can. Pour your drink and then go to a bar.
And that is what we're doing
That's
now.
what we're doing now.
On sea days between 1 and 4 p.m, afternoon tea is held on Virgin Voyages in SIP Lounge. It's a chargeable extra, but if you want to take part, all you have to do is find a table, have a peruse of the menu, and a server will walk you through the rest. As of time of filming, prices were $19 per person, or $35 including a glass of Moet. Is it the best afternoon tea we've had? Probably not, but it's worth a try for the price and is still a lovely way to spend the afternoon.
Taste the rainbow.
Our last evening on board consisted of seeing 2 shows, and remembering that this was filmed just before Christmas, first up was a festive treat in the manor called Happy Holidays with the Hostess and Friends, where Patsy the hostess and others sang some Christmas favourites. We'd say that this was clearly a low-budget show, but the singing was fantastic and it was a lovely way to get into the festive spirit.
Sisters, sisters, there were never such devoted sisters, sharing all these things, every little thing that we are wearing. Oh my goodness, yes, the most wonderful time.
Next up, we headed to the Red Room to see Ships in the Night. It's a very visually pleasing show with some great singing, but I always get a little bit confused by the storyline. We get that it's about chance encounters, but then we get a little bit lost towards the end.
I wanna feel sunlight on my face. I see the dust clouds disappear without a trace. Dancing with myself, dancing with myself, dancing with myself. There's nothing to prove. I've been dancing with myself.
It's Disembarkation Day, and after 16 nights, we've arrived into the port of Miami. It always amazes us just how many cruise ships fit into this port, and today was no exception. After a quick stop at the Agave for breakfast, it was time to leave our room and disembark the ship. Don't forget, if you're travelling on a black wristband, you get priority disembarkation and can skip the queues. Although having said that, the disembarkation process on Virgin is usually pretty smooth anyway. Once out of the port, if you're planning on grabbing an Uber like us, head to the E1 rideshare pickup point hidden behind the trees. After a 20-minute taxi ride, we arrived at Miami International Airport, ready for our Virgin Atlantic flight home. We'd arrived super early though, so had quite a bit of time to kill before we could even check in, so we sat on the floor like the posh people we are. Because we were flying home in upper class today, we had access to Delta's Sky Club Lounge, where honestly, we had the worst glass of bubbles we've ever had. Why is it so orange?
Are you ready for a lovely little Virgin Atlantic flight in the retreat suite?
You now join us here on board Virgin Atlantic.
Yes, we are on the A330-900 Neo, I believe.
Yes, and we are in seats 1D and 1G.
Yes.
Otherwise known as
The retreat suite.
That's quite hard to say.
Retreat
suite.
This is insane.
It's insane.
I can't. My foot can't reach the footrest. I'm stretching my feet out and I can't reach the footrest. It's too large. The screen is for
huge.
films for later. is 22 inches, which is 10 inches more than the standard upper class screen.
And it's those 10 inches that count.
It is. Size matters, people.
For now, we're getting settled in our seats. We've been handed a glass of
Champagne?
English. No, it's English sparkling.
Oh, apologies.
It's
However, I will be imbibing. Let us imbibe together.
Cheers.
Ooh. That was the captain approving of it, imbibe.
One thing we love so far is we've been given a menu to pre-select what we want for breakfast so that we can sleep in longer.
Because we haven't mentioned, this is a night flight.
Oh, it is a night flight, yes. So we've selected what we want. So we'll be awoken in the morning with breakfast.
Very good evening from the flight deck. Very warm welcome aboard this Virgin Atlantic Airbus A330neo to London Heathrow this evening. Last but not least, we've got a pretty good flight time, 7 hours 56, so should get us in just about on time, or just hopefully a few minutes ahead of schedule for tomorrow. Thanks.
So the captain just said our flight time is 7 hours and 56 minutes, and I wanted it to be longer. I thought it was advertised as 8 hours and 40, and I want longer in this retreat suite, please.
Can I just say as well, this isn't filmed in wide-angle lens. It's just that the suite is that big that we can put the camera further enough away for us to be in shot, and it isn't even at the end of the suite.
No, it can go back further.
Uh-huh.
It's mad. I can't wait to lay down, put film on that screen.
Hello. David currently isn't here. He has gone back to deliver a glass of champagne to one of our friends on the flight. So, Dom, I hope you enjoy. Just whilst David isn't here, though, I do want to say David treated me and him to this upgraded flight today. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you. I really do appreciate it and love you lots. And it just doesn't go appreciated. So thank you.
So I have changed into my PJs that are provided. They're very soft.
I've not yet.
You've not yet. I'm a fan of the pyjamas. And we've ordered a Virgin Redhead.
We've had these before when we were in the club lounge in Heathrow.
Yeah, the clubhouse.
Clubhouse, sorry. It is a gin.
And that is it.
Oh no, it's gin, mixed berries, lemon, and prosecco.
Ooh, lovely.
Cheers.
Cheers to you. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Oh,
delicious.
That is so good. I am going to quickly say one thing that you're not going to be able to see properly. We'll show you a bit later when we can. The storage in here is on another level. So I was worried. I came back with my clothes after I got changed. I was like, what do I do with my clothes? If I lift up this handy little thing here, there's a whole compartment. I don't know if you'll be able to see. There's a whole compartment in there. I've got my hoodie in there. I've got my trousers and my t-shirt in there. But I've got two of those. I put my stinky shoes and socks in one and changed into the socks that are in my amenity kit. Film-wise, I have chosen Elf.
And I am watching the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Warfare?
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Because Henry Cavill. Is that why?
Yes.
Perv. But so far, this is lovely. I've not quite got the hang of the seat controls yet.
But you have two set buttons you can press to go to different angles.
Oh, is that what they all are for?
Yeah, you've got one that's like...
What's this do? Oh, and it goes... Oh, that'll be handy for later when we're going to sleep.
I can't get a comfortable temperature. I'm either too hot or too cold.
You need to put your PJs on.
I'm putting my pyjamas on after dinner.
Oh no, I've gone full slop mode.
We pre-ordered our dinner today. I don't know if we said this already. Before we boarded yesterday, we pre-ordered our dinner and we've both gone for a traditional Christmas roast.
Yes, roast turkey with roast veg. It's a seasonal dish. You can't get it on board. You can only get it if you pre-order.
Yeah.
So I've got Elf. I've got my Christmas movie. I've got a little bit. It's a bit cranberry-esque. A little bit of a festive drink.
Yeah.
Happy Christmas, everyone! It's
Happy
the
Christmas.
14th of December. It's only 11 sleeps till Christmas.
Have we said that we're flying from Miami back to Heathrow?
I don't know. We're
If we
flying back from
haven't-
Miami to Heathrow.
If we haven't, as David and I have both just said twice now, we're going from Miami to Heathrow.
Yes, and I will also say to everyone on this flight, I must apologise because when they announced how long the flight was, it was like an hour shorter than what we thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, I want longer on the plane. And then we were delayed for about an hour and a half.
We were an hour and 10 minutes sat on the plane before takeoff.
Yeah. So
David's fault. But at least we were comfy.
Yeah. Yeah. Screw everyone else. Hello.
You join us in our restaurant.
We do. Welcome to Restaurant Doddled. Chez Doddled.
You might keep getting interrupted by some bonging.
Yes, there is a baby 2 rows behind that has apparently been given the remote to play with and keeps pressing the call button.
Constantly pressing the call button for the stewards.
It's not annoying at all.
We have had our starter delivered.
We have.
We've both gone for the arancini balls.
Yes. And there's 2 of them. It's a pair of balls in a dish.
And I've got some whole wheat bread. David's got some olive bread.
Olive bread. I wasn't expecting it to be in this shape, but there we are. Oh, no, I can't. I won't. I refuse to be drawn in.
And we've got some more bubbles.
More bubbles?
I'm going to try.
Are we trying?
Ooh, that's nice. It's a bit of a spice, is it?
Yeah,
Is that the sauce?
I've already spilt some. No, I can't be trusted with food. Oh, there is a bit of a kick. Oh, that's really tasty, though.
Very nice.
So here it is, Merry Crimble.
Our first Christmas dinner has arrived.
It has. I am feeling a little bit festive, you know.
Well, with your elf film.
I've got elf on, I've got my Christmas dinner. We're basically Santa flying through the sky.
So we've got turkey.
Bear with it, I'm going to chop into the turkey. If it's not very dry, I'll be very surprised.
Well, turkey's always dry.
Colour me surprised.
That's a nice turkey.
Moist. Moist.
No, stop it. That's awful.
I think that's cranberry.
Cranberry. Yes, it's cranberry.
And the gravy's really nice.
It's really good. Well done, Virgin Atlantic.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everyone, or Happy Holidays, depending on what you celebrate.
Merry Christmas to one and all. Oh, and we've got more biz.
And for dessert,
what have you gone for?
I've gone for the chocolate and salted caramel tower.
Ooh, it looks so good.
It looks really good. And fresh strawberries.
It looks like a lot of food.
It does.
I went for the apple tart with fresh cream. Looks really nice.
Oh, it does look really nice.
And it's warm.
Let's dig in, shall we? Really good. I don't know what this is here. Tasty, whatever it is. Check the menu.
Doesn't say.
You sure? It doesn't say.
What was that? I was right.
Can't hear you. The air pressure's messing with my eardrums.
Bye.
After sailing through security, it was time to catch the tube to London King's Cross Station for our train up north. There is a faster Heathrow Express service into London. That one takes about 15 minutes, but we had plenty of time to kill before our train departed, so we opted for the slower, cheaper tube service into London that takes about 40 minutes. The final leg of our travel was a 2.5-hour train journey home.
Phew.
Richard, David and Mark here.
Hello, we're back home.
We are. Coco's here too. Hey, Coco.
We just wanted to say a really quick thank you again to Virgin and to Jern for inviting us along for this amazing adventure that we've had.
Yeah, we are so grateful for it, so thank you very much.
Yes, and also thank you to you if you've made it this far in the video and this far in the series. Thank you so much, we really do appreciate it.
And if you have watched to the end, then why don't you comment below with Coco is beautiful, and then we know you've watched to the end.
And she would be very much appreciative.
She will, and we'll tell her and grow her ego even more.
And if you have watched this far in the video and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Press the subscribe button.
It's free!
Also, if you've not watched the rest of the series, here is a link to the playlist. Go and have a watch. Catch you on the next adventure.
Bye! Bye! Bye, Coco! Say bye-bye! Bye!